Hey folks, it's Kevin. Today we're going to be talking about buying an investment property in San Diego. I'm going to do my best to keep this video as simple as possible so you can all understand it, and I'm going to break it down into 3 key takeaways: calculation, documentation, and qualification. The first key takeaway is calculation, and all I mean by that is calculating whether or not this home is a good financial investment. In order to do that, you're going to want to understand what the gross monthly rent is, so how much monthly rent are you collecting, what the vacancy rate is, and that's pretty self-explanatory. How often is this home vacant, meaning nobody's living there, and how often is it occupied? Typically with homes that are vacant more often than not, it's a good indication that that property is probably overpriced. The last thing you're going to want to consider in this formula is cap rate. Simply put, cap rate is the yearly return as a percentage. In order to calculate what a cap rate is on a specific home, you're going to want to look at the net operating income divided by the home's price. The second key takeaway is documentation. These are going to be things that you're going to want to look at during your due diligence period or while in escrow and under your investigations. The first one that you're going to want to look at is a profit and loss statement. Simply put, a profit and loss statement is how much money did that property earn versus how much did that property lose over the course of that year. Other pieces of documentation could be lease agreements. Is there a current tenant occupying that home? Are they in agreement to be there for 3 months, 6 months, 12 months? Those are all things that you're going to want to know, because if that tenant wants to stay and they have a lease agreement, you're not going to be able to kick them out. Maintenance records are also something that should be considered during that due diligence period. I mean, after all, wouldn't you want to know if the roof has been changed out in the last 5 years, if the plumbing has been looked at, electrical, foundation? Those are all going to be things that you need to consider when going to purchase that property. The last piece of documentation that I'm going to suggest is the tenant estoppel certificate. This certificate validates that the tenant is in fact paying the amount that is shown on that public website, on the multiple listing service, or wherever you saw that property online, and that they didn't have any late payments or any defaults in the past. This will help you understand that the current tenant who is in place is somebody you can trust and count on moving forward if they do have an extended lease agreement. Key takeaway number 3, qualification. What is necessary in order for you to qualify to purchase an investment property in San Diego? Much like any other home purchase, there's a number of loan programs that you can use to purchase that property. However, for the sake of this video, I'm going to use the example of a conventional loan. Now, when you're purchasing an investment property using a conventional loan, you're going to have to put 20% as a down payment. You're going to have a minimum credit requirement of 620 credit score, and the maximum debt to income ratio is going to be 45%. However, if you have an existing tenant in the property, you can use that rental income to boost the income that you're showing on the application to ultimately qualify for more home. Now, don't take my word for it. I would suggest that you connect with a local loan officer so you can get the best information possible and see if it makes financial sense for you. Now, thank you so much for watching the entirety of this video. I hope that I was able to break that down simple enough for you, but if you have any questions, please reach out to me personally. Please like this video. Please share it with a friend or a family member who you think could benefit from it. And lastly, please subscribe and follow me on my journey as we continue along making these real estate related videos. Talk to you soon.